I have too many clothes. It's so easy to accumulate a large amount of clothing because most clothes are pretty cheap, especially when you shop resale, and I'm the kind of person that tries to make it last as long as I can. And also because I host a clothing swap every year, I end up with all the leftover clothes, and this is the process I go through to try to clean it out. The first step is I gather all the clothes. I cleaned out all of the drawers. I put all of the clothes in a pile, and then I just go through the entire pile and I see what I have here, and I organize it in two sections as I go through. I've got a pile for my socks, for the undies, for informal pants, for my nicer things that I can hang up, t-shirts. I just organize it all into a pile, and while I'm organizing it, I'm separating out items that I want to keep that need to be repaired and items that I don't want to keep. Now, anything that I don't want to keep, I just throw into one big massive pile because some of it can be donated, some of it can be sold, and some of it is simply not fit for either of those. So here I've got all the things that I want to keep. I've got them organized in a pile, and now we're going to start folding them and putting all of the clothes away. It feels good to get organized. I've got my mismatched socks, which I'll try to find in the pile. I try to fold my t-shirts and tank tops neatly. I know Marie Kondo has a different method. I don't like the method of rolling them up because then I can't see what's what. But as I'm going through, I'm putting other things in a pile. I'm setting aside stuff that I know I'm not going to keep, and I'm only holding on to the things that I am going to keep. And when I go through it, I try to think of what doesn't fit anymore. I look for items that I haven't worn in a long time, and that gives me an idea of stuff that I need to get rid of. So now we've got the clothes all organized. My nicer shirts I try to hang up, and also my dresses, so those get put in the closet. And it's hard for me to get rid of things because I try to make it last as long as possible, but I do go through and try to find stuff that I just know I'm not going to wear anymore. Here's the pile of discarded items. Look at these shoes, they're pathetic. So some of these need to be repaired, and I'm going to hold on to the ones that I need to repair. Some of them are in good enough condition that I think I could probably sell them. And then there is also a handful that can be donated, but I try to be careful with donations because charitable organizations get a lot of garbage dumped on them. They just get so much crap that they can't use. So try to show some discrimination when choosing clothes to give to local charities. Don't give them items that are stained or torn or ripped or otherwise inappropriate. Donate clothing items that are of good quality that can actually be used. After I've separated all the clothes into those to sell, items to donate, and items that need to be repaired, like this is a big pile of clothes that I've hung up that I'm going to try to sell. So I try to sell those that are in good condition. I donate the ones that are fit for donation that I don't think could be sold, or anything that doesn't sell, I just go ahead and donate it. And now I've got my repair pile, and I'm gonna try to repair one item per day. And then that leaves me left with a significant pile of clothes that can't be sold, can't be donated, and that's my next step. It's time to upcycle. It's time to figure out what to do with all these clothes that can't be sold, donated, or given away. One of the easiest things you can do with clothes that you don't want to wear anymore is turn it into cleaning supplies and towels. So here is a t-shirt that came from some venue, I can't remember what it was, and I'm probably going to chop it up and turn it into some rags just to be used around the house. Another thing that you can do with clothing is cut it up into pieces to be used for stuffing in pillows and other items. Now, this is a very economical way to use it, but it does get tedious having to cut it up into all these little pieces, because you want the pieces to be relatively small, like smaller than an inch is what I read. You can use that stuffing to make pillows. This was my first practice pillow. It's pretty small because I just kind of wanted to get a feel for it, but I plan on doing this more in the future. So I don't have enough scrap fabric to make one of these, so here's an example one. Maybe after I do my next clothing swap, I'll have a little bit more fabric to play with, because I try to only donate what's in good condition and use the rest for projects. But this is what we call a hillbilly heating pad. And it's full of rice, and I tried to mend it because it came undone, and these are so nice. So you fill them with dry rice, you heat them in the microwave for like, I don't know, I like to get mine really hot, so like 1.5 minutes or something. And then it stays hot for a really long time. Oop, look, see, there it is, all leaking out. But it works like a charm, and I plan on making some the next time I have some spare fabric. Another project I would like to attempt at some point is the rag rug. This rag rug belonged to my grandmother. I don't know if she made it or if someone in the family made it. It definitely looks handmade. But there is a no-sew technique for those of us who are not very good at sewing, and you just need scrap fabric. So once I have more clothes to work with that can't be sold or donated, maybe I'll give it an attempt. And another option is to start off small and make a smaller version and maybe make some pot holders. Now, I don't know how to crochet, but my mom does, so maybe she can teach me how, and with this scrap fabric I can start making some little crocheted pot holders or make some oven mitts or something like that. Tote bags are also a really great project if you have like a really big t-shirt, and there's a really easy way to do it if you don't know how to sew that involves just snipping the ends and tying them together. And tote bags always come in handy and cut down on plastic bag waste. And someday, if I have my own business, I want to make swag. I want to have t-shirts and products with the name of my business on them, which is why I'm super interested in screen printing. And apparently, it's something you can do fairly easily at home if you just buy one of these kits. Another fun project you can do with old clothes is to make stuffed animals. Like, how cute is this sock monkey? Poor thing got attacked by a dog, but you know what? He's still in decent shape. So I plan on making little stuffed owls and other stuffed animals once I have some more fabric to work with. And I've got a lot of extra buttons for eyes too, so that's another one that I plan on trying sometime here in the future. You can also breathe new life into your clothes by giving them an upgrade. So for example, I got these adorable dusters from my grandmother. Dusters aren't something that people really use anymore. I guess you put these on to keep your main clothes clean. Like, I love this one because it says bananas. And I'm gonna turn this into an adorable summer dress. I'm gonna turn both of those into little dresses. So give your clothes new life by busting out the sewing machine and seeing what you can come up with. Every year, about 92 million tons of textile waste is thrown away. Most of it ends up in a landfill. So if you're wanting to cut down on your own textile waste, there are a couple of things that you can do. The best thing you can do is just shop less. Less is more, but if you are going to shop, avoid fast fashion brands such as these and consider shopping resale instead. Thrifting, swapping with people, shopping resale is one of the best things you can do to cut down on your textile waste. You can donate clothes that are in good condition, but even then there's a good chance they might end up in a landfill. And for clothes that can't be sold or donated, consider one of the upcycling projects I mentioned before. Most of all, just try to keep it out of the regular trash so it doesn't end up rotting in the landfill. Let's make 2024 a green year. Thanks for watching.